had this particular routine requested many times, so I wanted to go ahead and watch that before it kind of slips through the cracks. I've had so many things recommended to me, you guys, and I'm looking forward to watching all of them. So I'm going to jump right into this one. It's Bill Burr's routine called Epidemic of Gold Digging Whores. I heard that he talks about Arnold Schwarzenegger in here. I hope this is the correct video. I've seen some other videos that looks like it's combined with another subject, but I'm going to just stick with this one since it seems to me that this one is kind of its own individual, routine. So it's Bill Burr. I know where his mind's at, but always curious to find out what he's going to say.
I'm afraid to get married, man. Why man wouldn't be afraid to get married at this point? Look at Kobe. Look at the shit he's going through right now. Right? Guy's getting a divorce. His wife's going to get $70 million. Never hit a layup in her life. Can anybody explain these divorce settlements? Can anybody make sense of these fucking things? Tiger Woods' wife, $250 million.
Right, I know, it's terrible.
She's a babysitter worth $250 million fucking dollars. Somebody, go ahead. Somebody, explain, justify it. Justify it. What, he cheated on her? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. He cheated on her. Great, the relationship's over right then. Kobe cheated, right? Shouldn't that relationship been over right then? Why did she hang around like some jaded cop for 3 years trying to get her fucking pension, right? Get that 10 years in? I don't know, maybe that's too harsh.
Hold on a second. He's talking about Kobe Bryant. How many times was he married? I thought when he died that the wife, that he was still married to his wife. Yeah, he cheated on her. But I thought they were still married unless he wasn't, unless it was somebody else he's talking about. I don't know what year he did this. Is obviously before he got married. And he's been married since what? 2013. So this has been several years ago.
That shit bothers me, man.
It bothers me too.
Dude, there is an epidemic of gold-digging whores in this country. And every night I put on the news and I'm waiting for someone to address it. Every night, never see it, No. And every night I bring up gold-digging whores and the whole crowd pulls back like I'm up here talking about Bigfoot, right? Like I'm saying the moon's made out of cheese or something. Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere. How many? How many more great men are going to get chopped in half before we do something? Why is it so quiet in here? God damn, I don't get it.
What to say.
What is it? Is it women? Do you think I'm calling you? I'm not calling any woman here a whore, okay? So don't pull back. That's not fair, okay? If you brought up wife beaters, I wouldn't pull back. I get it. There's guys hitting women, they need to be stopped. We gotta understand that gold-digging whores are the wife beaters for men. Yeah, they are. Except we don't have that Rihanna lumped up photo in the end, so it's not obvious. It's in the eyes. It's in the lines in your face. It's in Mel Gibson's high-pitched voice on the answering machine. I had to give up my Laker tickets, right? That is the sound of a man being taken for everything he's got.
No.
I gotta tell you, I'm envious of women, okay? I'm not saying your problems get solved, but at least they're taken seriously. People, you got 1-800 numbers, you got ribbons, there's groups.
Right, the breast
People
cancer
give a
awareness
shit.
for women.
Anything happens to a guy, it's just considered funny. Some woman cut her husband's dick off, threw it in the garbage disposal, and turned it on. People thought it was hilarious. They were, hey, Stumpy.
Not me.
Nobody cares.
I remember that. That wasn't funny.
You think if a guy removed a woman's titty and threw it in the dryer, anybody would be joking about it the next day? The entire country would grind to a halt. There'd be a moment of silence. The NFL would have some special colored headband everybody had to wear for an entire month. The most effeminate color they could possibly come up with.
I hate that stuff the NFL does for breast cancer awareness.
All my heroes are going down.
For prostate cancer.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, another great man. Another great man.
I love Arnie.
Taken down by that gold-digging whore of a maid he's got. And I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit for doing what he did. It was a piece of shit move.
Yeah,
but how come only he got chastised? What about the maid? Why was she called the maid that entire story? She was never called a whore, ever. Just boggled my mind. She knew his wife, first name basis, played with their kids, fucked her husband in their own goddamn bed. That's right down the checklist. First ballot Hall of Fame whore. Right there. Never. Why do you think she hooked up with him? Because of that 1987 flat top he's still rocking? A giant space between his teeth I could put this mic cord through?
Cigar out his
I
mouth.
think maybe it's all that kindergarten cop money laying around the goddamn bedroom. No, it's awful. It's a horrific thing to see as a guy, watching guys go through that shit, you know? And then there's no sort of examination of it. They just go, he's an idiot. Hey, he's stupid. That guy's stupid. If that guy's stupid, what the fuck am I, right? Does it even make sense? Why would you do that? Why would you accomplish all that and then fuck it up, hooking up with one of the ugliest human beings I've ever seen in my life? Not saying I'm a prize. I'm just saying, you know? There's got to be something beyond that, right? You know what I think it is? I think it comes down to the way he talks, you know? That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania. That should have been the height of his success.
Aww.
But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America. Became famous for lifting weights. I lift weights, nobody gives a shit.
Well,
He lifts weights.
yeah, but did you go
famous.
to like a Mr. Olympia?
Did he rest on his laurels? No.
Competition?
Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down. There's a bomb. Get out of there.
Oh,
Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time.
right.
What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. There's no fucking way you can do that. Bam, he does it.
Then he becomes governor.
Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election.
Yep.
Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades. 4 decades, nothing but net. Bang a maid in my own bed? Dude, that's a layup. Are you serious? I had a hit movie with the midget. I don't even need a condom. Right? And then what happens? The smoke clears. Then all these trolls come out of the woodwork and start judging this great man. All these fatties, these fucking old guys who never got any with their jowls coming on TV. Absolutely reprehensible behavior. What kind of a public servant? His legacy is like they have any idea what it's like to be tempted at that level, right? Like they have groupies as they waddle out to their Mercury Tracer parked on the other side of a dumpster. Really? You're beating them off?
They wish, I'm
This guy,
sure.
he's not a great man anymore? Terminator doesn't count? Is that what the fuck you're telling me? Because he fucked Alice? Really? He's still not a great man because he did that. Then that's the whole thing's over? Anybody here think they could move to Austria, learn the language, become famous for working out, then be a movie star, then
Right.
marry into their royalty and
Right.
hold public office? How many lifetimes would you need? I'm on my 3rd attempt at Rosetta Stone Spanish. Right? How can I judge these guys? I can barely handle the temptations of Facebook. I'm going to judge Tiger Woods. I golf. I don't walk off the 18th hole and there's a busload of Scandinavian women waiting to fuck my brains out. Sorry, ladies, gotta go home to the wife, right? No, it kills me.
Speaking of Terminator, that's funny. My notification on my phone is from Terminator, and funnily enough, it's a picture from my brother, who looks quite a bit like Arnold, actually, bodybuilder type, who's also an artist. I don't think I can show this picture because it might be from a project he's working on. No, maybe not. I can't tell. I don't think I can show this picture because I don't think it would show up really good. Anyway, I can't tell who this is. Looks like some sort of transformer. Anyway, okay. Sorry for that tangent. I'm going to write him back real quick. I'll probably edit this out of the video. Hold on, because it's still recording. Okay. Sorry about that. Get back to it.
And there's no help out there for guys. There isn't. There's nothing out there to help you handle becoming rich and famous. There's nothing to prepare you for that platoon of whores that's going to form on the horizon, right? Like Braveheart, faces painted, skirts on, will run down the hill, they'll jump on your dick in front of your wife.
Oh.
They don't give a shit. It's not even a handbook out there. I saw
The
one
pictures
article
he
written about
paints.
it on the cover of Time magazine. It said, why do so many rich, famous, and powerful men act like absolute pigs, right? And the article was actually written by a woman. That's like me writing a book, The Third Trimester and What to Expect. Ladies, you're gonna feel a pressure. How the hell would I know? You don't want to hear that from me, right? Then why is this woman telling me what it's like to have a dick? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's like to have a dick. 24/7, do it, fuck it, do it. That's what it's saying.
I've heard that.
Do it.
I've heard that a lot.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's how we survived as a species. Every man in here is programmed to fuck 85% of the women in this room.
Oh,
Right? Yeah, we are. Do it, fuck it, do it, you know? It's just that you won't. That's the only reason why we don't, you know? That's not you keeping your dick in check, you know? Some guy at Home Depot working there, he wants to fuck just as many women as a celebrity, right? But he can't do it because whores don't care about lumber, right? But the second he hits the fucking lottery, all of a sudden, you know, that do it, fucking do it, you know, that wasn't affecting his life. Then all of a sudden these whores show up. I'll do it. I'll suck it. I'll do it. Right?
Yeah. Right.
No, somebody's got to step up. All right? I'm not even blaming whores, really. Just guys, we're fucking idiots. What are we doing? Why are we working so hard and then giving it all away to some chick who did 3 shifts at a fucking Hooters, you know? They're fucking bums. Sitting there with fucking Dorito dust in their cleavage, walking around with hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm sick of that shit. That's what the law says. 100 years ago, I could beat you with a fucking mop handle and be like, well, that's what the law says. Doesn't make us right.
Yeah. It's true.
No, it's unreal. And all this shit's going down, and we're not doing anything. What are we doing? Same old shit. Sitting around watching Shark Week, right? Watching shit about poisonous snakes half a world away, just filling your head up with all this useless information. What to do if you come face to face with a Bengal tiger. Don't look at it, don't look away. Slowly back up as you push your friend forward, right? All this useless information, yet hanging between your legs is this thing that could crumble your entire empire 7 minutes or less. Don't know a fucking thing about it. Even worse, you think it's your friend. Yeah, you know why? Because your dick's like a dreamer. You know? Your dick believes. It's like a motivational speaker. I don't give a shit what question you ask it. It's always like, yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Exit strategy. Later. We'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Where's your dick when you get caught, right? Then it's just slumped over like, hey, I thought it was a good idea, you know? Yeah. You have to know that. Dude, if your dick was a third base coach, it wouldn't hold anybody up. It'd just be fucking waving people around. Everybody, go in standing up. You got it. Oh, shit, here she comes. Slide. All right, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you had as good a time as I did. Thank you.
Okay, so, wow. Bill Burr, he always touches on some pretty important issues. Now, I'm watching this and there are all these different thoughts going through my head. This was another one of his really sobering videos. I some things that he said was pretty, they were pretty humorous, the way he says them. But overall, to me, it's kind of sad watching this sort of stuff because it's true. And, people should make better choices in life, but I don't think that because they happen to screw up, that they should lose half their fortune to their spouse who can survive perfectly fine on their own with a tenth of what they end up walking away with or less, but they get all of that because of what this guy has. They're able to take all of that. And every once in a while it happens to rich women too. I think something recently happened with Adele. I think she got hammered pretty hard in court from her husband or something like that. And some people were like, well, now they understand what it feels like or something like that. And, it's only fair, right? If you're going to treat men like that you treat rich women like that. But the reality is that that's not really what happens. And the reality also is that that's ridiculous. The divorce laws in this country, especially, are absolutely insane, and they almost always favor the wife over the husband, especially in family court when it comes to the children. The women are almost always favored, even if they're not necessarily the most suitable parent for the children to go to. And children get caught up in these terrible custody battles, and they're used as weapons against their father. A lot of times, usually it's the mother using the child as a weapon against the father. And it's terrible. It's just terrible all the way around. There's so much that can be said about this, but I'll tell you, as I was listening to this, and watching it, and before I even started watching it, I kind of thought maybe I knew where he was going to go with this, and he sort of kind of did. But I'll tell you, there's some biology to this, and I'll see if I can explain it. So, like, men, okay, so women going after guys that are rich. There's biology in that. And it has to do with a woman's biology. Subconsciously, her biology is telling her to seek a mate that's going to make a suitable partner for her and for her offspring. Whether or not she has offspring with this mate is irrelevant. I'm just talking about subconscious biology going on. So women, when they see this nice, wealthy, well, he didn't have to be nice, a wealthy guy, and he could be butt ugly, but super wealthy. And her biology is subconsciously telling her, yeah, you've got women that are like, they like that money, they like the lifestyle, but it's kind of rooted in that. The biology is telling her, this is someone that's going to be a suitable provider. He's going to provide very well for me and for my children. She's not necessarily thinking about it when she goes after the guy. Maybe she's thinking, oh, I can get myself a nice car. I can get myself nice jewelry. I can get myself nice, clothes. That's probably what's in her mind for the most part. But it's rooted in biology. And for men, their biology, like a lot of times you'll see, so like Arnold's messing around, well, his maid, she wasn't that young. Well, I don't know how old she was at the time, but whatever. A lot of times situations will happen like this, where a guy, very prominent guy, it doesn't have to be a prominent guy. Let's just say guys in general, and how a lot of times they're very attracted to younger women, and they're quite a bit older. And some people are like, oh, that's really gross and that's disgusting and, but that is even rooted in biology, you guys. The guy, his biology is subconsciously telling him that he needs to find a strong, healthy mate for his offspring. And so typically, stronger, healthier mates are going to be younger females. They're not going to be necessarily like, let's say if this guy's in his 60s, and you would say, why would he even be thinking about having kids? Well, he's not necessarily thinking about having kids. That's not what is going on in his brain. His biology is thinking about that, and that's why he's sort of kind of driven towards that type of woman, let's say. Now, I'm not saying that any of this necessarily excuses bad behavior on the part of men or women. I'm just saying that a lot of times that behavior is rooted in their biology. It is what it is. But having said all that, it doesn't excuse women for capitalizing on these instances of bad behavior by a guy to take him for practically everything he has. I don't know why they haven't gone and changed or revised the divorce laws in this country. And I tell you, I know why men get prenuptial agreements. I completely get it, especially if you're very well off. And if a woman gets upset about that, and I can understand a woman being offended by something like that. I totally get that too. But at the same time, you look around at all these men who have been pretty much destroyed financially or close to it by someone that they thought was going to be a good partner to them, that they thought loved them, and see what happens to them. Can you really blame men? I don't really blame them. I get it. I think it's just a really sad reflection on our society that's what it's come down to. I'm sure prenups have been around forever. This is nothing new, but it's just the reason they happen is because there have been so many people that have taken great advantage of those in their lives that they were supposed to love. And it's unfortunate. You know, it is what it is. This was kind of a sad video to me. I mean, I like Bill Burr. He does tackle some very serious subject matter. But when he gets into these sorts of things, to me, it's just kind of like it's more sad than humorous because, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, this is a subject that I'm very sensitive to. I'm very much aware of the huge double standard between how men are treated and how women are treated. It's been something that I've been outspoken about for quite a while, and it extends into various aspects, you guys. And I could get into other subject matter beyond just something like this. You know, we've already covered the domestic abuse thing. You have the family courts, and you have the divorce courts, and other stuff, which I won't get into because this is not, I mean, here I go again. On my soapbox. Okay, this was good, like all his stuff, but it was, you know, kind of a downer. I'm going to probably go try to find something that will make me laugh a little bit more instead of feeling sad and morose. So, okay, you guys. That's it for now.